Tonight's telecast is sponsored by Mattress Firm, the official sleep partner of Major League Baseball. No big deal, just a couple of Academy Award winners tossing the ball around and taking some BP, and then wandered into the broadcast booth with us for a little bit after throwing out the first pitches. We're so pleased and thrilled to be joined by a couple of really great people to sit down with us. Matt Damon, Casey Affleck, a couple of Academy Award winners, and getting ready to release their new movie, The Instigators, on Apple TV Plus, starting up on August the 9th. That filmed a lot of that in Boston, filmed some scenes here at Fenway Park, right?
Absolutely, yeah. But we haven't seen the park from up here. This is pretty great.
This is the best view in the house, yeah.
I was going to say, a couple of Cambridge boys made good, but you finally get a chance to come up to the booth with us at Fenway. It's not too bad, right?
Not bad at all.
It would have been a perfect night if we looked a little bit better throwing out that first pitch. I was seeing the playback of that doesn't make me feel that great.
The batting practice didn't actually look that good either, so...
Well, I was talking to you about one of your editors, and that's what we have, editors, right? We edit the footage to make it look a little bit better.
Yeah, we should have brought our own editor for that one.
Anthony Volpe at the plate to start off the second in a 3-3 game. All right, so The Instigators, about a couple of criminals who are kind of going for that one last score. It's a movie that has a lot of ties for you guys locally. You had to navigate some of the government of Boston to make sure you could film around here. But I imagine, as you guys have done before, it had to have been pretty special to film here in Boston like you've done in the past.
It was great. It was great to come back. We've each come back a couple times for movies, but I hadn't been back, I think, since The Departed. So it would have been about 17 years since I'd filmed here. So Casey just wrote this great script with Chuck McLean, with another Boston guy, and we got it together, and it was great to come back. And it's a very different tone. It's very light, very fun. Hopefully people get a lot of laughs out of it.
Work with Doug Lyman again, right?
Yeah.
Your director for this one. You worked with him on The Bourne Identity, what seems like a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I'm realizing, with throwing out the first pitch, I realized the last time I threw it out was 2004. So suddenly 20 years just went by. Time's passing.
This is amazing, guys. I got to tell you, you guys are really good at what you do.
Sky high into right field for Abreu.
He's got it. I was at home and I was watching a game and I turned the sound off and just tried to see if I could call a game.
How'd you do?
I was alone and I knew it was bad. I mean, it's really hard to do it. You guys make it look easy.
That's very kind of you to say. Give me something that people should be excited about when they flip on Apple TV Plus in about a week and a half.
Well, the movie's about these two guys who are pretty much morons. They're kind of, it's like the opposite of Ocean's 11. Okay. It's like they're not only not the A team, they're like the G team. They're just they have no business trying to rob anything, and it all kind of goes wrong, and that's kind of the fun of the movie. So
looking forward to that. Cabrera with a 1-0 count. Casey, obviously we talked to you about your dramatic roles, an Oscar for Manchester by the Sea, but this is a little bit of a shift for you too. You've done some comic stuff in the past, but I feel like for you, Casey, this was a new experience.
You know what? People keep saying that. I thought I had done a bunch of comedies. I guess they really just weren't working. But I'll take it. Yeah, it's my first time out in a comedy, and.
Just roll with it. Just roll with it. It's the improv skill set that you've also added to your repertoire.
Yeah.
Ball and 2 strikes on Cabrera. Matt Damon and Casey Affleck kind enough to join us in the broadcast booth tonight. And Cabrera lifts one down the line. Abreu towards the corner, all the way to the track. He lifts up into the crowd, and he held on.
No way.
Has he got it?
He held on, seemingly for the catch. Still waiting for confirmation on it. If he dropped it, it's a home run. If he held on, it's an out. And now the first base umpire out to look. It was Nick Marley, and he's going to say home run. He could not hold on. My goodness.
That's a hell of an effort.
Oh, my God.
That's a great effort.
I mean, that short wall and right. We saw Tyler O'Neill go over the top last night on a home run trying to make the catch. And it felt like for a moment he had that secured. Obviously, they may take another look at this, but now they're checking on Abreu after Cabrera goes yard for already the 4th home run of the game between the two clubs.
Yeah, and there would have been 2 more home runs if it was Yankee Stadium, but we're not at Yankee Stadium. So right field has already been a bigger play in this game so far. This is one of the most unbelievable efforts. He's got it in his glove, but then he hits the seat.
Wow.
He hits his head.
How long does he have to hold it?
No, he hits his head.
Gosh, you're right. And you see him grab the back of his head with his left hand.
Unlike football, the ground can't cause a fumble, but in this case, you got to come up with the ball. This is unbelievable effort.
What an effort.
This is your guys' reaction to it. You guys are like a couple of kids, a couple of fans sitting in the seats again.
Boy, Abreu's been busy tonight, huh?
Kid.
Tough guy.
The Yankees have the lead. They hit 3 home runs their first time through the order, and now back to the top in the former Red Sox Verdugo.
All right, so I got to ask you guys, you're comfortable in your homework like they're comfortable on the field. More nervous throwing out the first pitch the first time or your first movie?
For sure, throwing out the first pitch.
It's people think it is. Look, I've did it for 21 years. You couldn't beg me to throw another first pitch. First of all, my shoulder's killing me, but that looked like a long way after being on that mound for 21 years.
I'm telling you, I have never thought about throwing while I was throwing before. It was the weirdest thing. It was like an out-of-body experience.
And I watched you early. You were giving him like some fastballs. I mean, you were trying to get after
when no one was
bit.
looking. That's the story of my life. You know, I'll tell you, I played on a baseball team, and we'd go up and play at San Quentin against the prisoners, and there would be, 100 guys behind home heckling me. That was not as scary as this was.
Do you guys want to stick around for another half inning? Are you available to?
Sure, if you'll have us.
That'd be awesome. I mean, we had some fireworks while you were here. We could talk a little bit more about the movie and a little bit about your love of the Red Sox as well.
Fantastic.
Man, what a wild start to this game, though. The first 3 half innings have been drama-filled. Cabrera nearly got robbed by one of the best plays you would have seen this year. What a great effort by Abreu, but he could not hang on. Hopefully he's all right. It's 4-3 Yankees. David Hamilton leads things off for the Red Sox in the home half of the second. Takes ball 1. Adam Amin, John Smoltz, really pleased to be joined for another half inning by Matt Damon and Casey Affleck. We're getting ready to release their new movie on Apple TV Plus, The Instigators, on August the 9th. But as we said earlier, a couple of guys from Cambridge who made good as the shortstop Volpe makes an error and on the first safely as Hamilton. So you just clapped. You can sense kind of the fandom in you guys. You mentioned 04 when the Red Sox broke the curse. I remember reading something about you. You felt like a real emotion seeing the duck boats go across when they had won the World Series. Can you both talk to me about your kind of experience growing up as Red Sox fans?
I drove up. I came home for the parade, and I remember we were all gathering at my dad's apartment, and I ran up. We were supposed to go down to the river with the kids and everything, and I just ran up to Boylston Street by myself just so I could see them go by.
In the center field, Cedar Rafaela with a base hit, and
there we go.
2 men aboard for the Red Sox here.
And just sat there, tears running down my face. I mean, it was like a real weight was lifted off this city. I mean, I kind of in disbelief for a long time in 04 after they won. I couldn't believe it actually happened.
My whole life you waited for that. And then it happened. I had a newborn son in 2004. So I was in a 1-room apartment screaming my head off, waking the kid up. And
indoctrinating the child very quickly to Red Sox lore. So he's only known winning, basically, for his lifetime as a Boston sports fan. He's been very fortunate, unlike some other people that have had to deal with a lot. Back to the top of the order, and Jarren Duran. He's had a breakout season.
Yeah, he's playing great.
There's a strike. Were there players that stuck out to you as all of us who don't get to play the game, we gravitate towards players that kind of solidify our fandom? Who are those guys?
When I was paying the most attention, it was probably the Clemens years. And, you're right at the right age to just hero worship these guys. And, in fact, I worked here right outside.
Double steal.
Well, they did a lot of this against Stroman the last time they met. A double steal right there. 2 men in scoring position as the speedy Hamilton and Rafaela steal backs.
Good game.
It's a helpless feeling for a catcher when your pitcher is not as good at holding out runners. Stroman has been an issue, and the Red Sox have exposed it against him.
Big spot here for Duran with 2 on, nobody out. Into center field.
Get down.
It will get down for a base hit. Hamilton had to wait. He will come home to score. On the throw, Duran takes second base. On to third base safely, Rafaela, and this game is tied yet again.
Woo. Fireworks tonight,
I was going to say, you guys have brought a little bit of extra offense with you tonight.
So as they make a mound visit here, which is never great for a pitcher, the season's a long season, but what's the longest movies you guys have done, meaning the longest it's taken to complete?
Oh boy. Well, some of those Bourne movies take a really long time. We go country to country, and those are pretty big productions. End up taking probably about 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
This movie that we did, it's got a lot of action in it, which ordinarily takes a long time, but we did this pretty quickly in 2 months.
Yeah. Not a full baseball season.
No,
even
but
though
close.
Yeah.
I mean,
What did you guys have to navigate with, like, the city and, like, the mayor and the governor? Like, I know you guys have filmed here before, but, I know you guys had to make sure everything was okay to film all these great action scenes that you guys got a chance to do.
For sure, you got to keep everything safe, but they were really accommodating. And Boston's become just an unbelievable place to shoot, and they make a lot of stuff here now, which wasn't the case. I mean, when we did The Departed, we shot most of it in New York because it was just get down.
Abreu into center, Grisham, and he makes the catch on the run, and he's shallow enough to keep the runner at third in Rafaela. One away.
How many hours of homework are you guys doing for each game?
well, it's different for play-by-play and different for me. I do about 4 hours worth. I've got it down from 7 to 4, and I'm trying to get it from 4 to 3, and then eventually to 2.
The streamlining of the process, of course.
Yeah.
On our end, I think, it's a lot of notes. You can see all this tiny little writing that I do. It's try to parachute in to, 10 to 15 hours of work just for one game. We're actually getting word that they ruled the runner out in Rafaela at third base. There's Yoshida. So Abreu out for out number 1, but they're ruling Rafaela out at third.
Oh, they might have pulled the old hidden ball on him.
Oh, man, we got distracted in here. We were having such a good time, and all of a sudden they snuck in the Little League move.
Oh, the Little League move. We're ruining your broadcast.
Oh, no, that's all right. This is more fun this is more fun this way.
Let's see.
So out of the... They had the ball. He was off the bag. They got Rafaela.
The third base coach thought he was standing on the bag as he was talking to him, and he was off the bag. You do not see that very often. There's a couple things
like
we have not
something
seen.
the Instigators would do.
Guys, I've got the great idea about how we're going to rob this place. A hidden ball trick. I mean, so you were here for the Abreu attempt for the catch, the last half of it. That's something you don't often see. You just saw like the equivalent to a Little League play. You don't often get a chance to see that. We've got 8 runs in the first 2 innings.
I've got all 4 of my daughters here, and they're going to think this is what baseball is.
This is what it's like. And now Yoshida goes the other way for a base hit. The speed around by the very quick Duran, and the Red Sox have taken the lead for the first time tonight.
Guys, this is like a basketball game.
This is high octane with you guys in the booth tonight.
We did a game over in London, the first one between the Red Sox and the Yankees, and I was trying to explain to them over there, it was 6-6 in the first inning. And I said, this doesn't happen.
This is not how this works, guys, I
You
promise.
should have just let them think that was every game.
Here is Devers. A single and a run scored back in the first. So Hamilton reached on an error. Rafaela singled. They both stole a bag. Duran with an RBI. Abreu flew out. A hidden ball trick to get Rafaela out. And Yoshida's RBI has made it 5-4. Now Devers lifts one high and deep to left center field. Soto and Grisham are over near the wall, and a leaping catch by Grisham up against the big wall. So that was an inning in the booth with us.
Like a highlight reel, guys.
This is how it goes all the time. So, good luck with the Instigators, August the 9th, Apple TV Plus. Matt, Damon, Casey Affleck. What a pleasure it was.
Great.
Really enjoyed you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Enjoy the rest of the night with your families.
You bet.